This is August 8th, 2000. I'm at an unnamed prospect that's on a tributary to Baboon Creek and kind of just around the hill from the Waverly mine. I guess it would actually be to the, pretty much to the east around the knob. And we had an old report and a map that showed an adit over here. Didn't have a name for it. I've actually found 3 adits. This is the waste dump for one of them. You can see this small log structure has been built on top of it. Don't really know what that is. I don't see a door in it anywhere. I don't know if it was higher or not. And then right next to it is a larger log structure. It's probably a cabin. Pretty well collapsed. Most of the other side is gone. Trees and brush are growing up in it. Then there's on the going into the hillside here, I guess it'd be on the east, there's this notch cut into the granite, goes back up here about 50 feet or more, just kind of stops up there, and then just to the right of it, which would be to the south, is another kind of trough on the slope here, and this actually has some old timbers in it. You can see here's the remains of a couple of timbers, and then up at the top of it there actually is an opening that goes back in there, and even looks like some critters have been kind of climbing in and out of there recently. Some of that's pretty fresh. In any case, it does look like it goes back into an adit. The waste dump here's been disrupted by erosion from the creek and also by probably later plastering. So I'm not going to bother getting a sample of it. It's pretty much all granitic rock. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't appear to have any iron staining or anything in it. And then the third adit is down along the trail that goes along the creek. It's right along the access road there. It's actually kind of an ATV trail now. There's some timbers there, but it appears to be completely caved. And also back on the road toward the Waverly, from that adit, there's another collapsed cabin. It would be just to the right hand side of the road as you're coming down, so I guess that would be the south side of the road. Kind of sits up on just a little flat on a rise. The other waste dump down at the third adit there goes clear across the gully, and it's been eroded out, and I'll go ahead and get a sample of that. It's all granitic too, but that should kind of give us an idea of what's in this stuff, if anything. I'll go get some video of that when I get down there. And other than that, there's not too much up here at this site. Well, this is still at adits 1 and 2, and I'm going to renumber things. I'm going to have adit 3 and 4 up here, and the other one down below would be adit 5. This is a little trough, I'm assuming is a caved adit. It goes up here about 200 feet. It's completely caved. And then right beside it is another small excuse me. This one actually has an opening back in here that goes down in. Can't tell how far. There's virtually no material down here in the gully below either one of these. I think it's all been replastered once it's been pulled out of here. So, and then there's also a couple of pits up above one shaft, above adit 1. That's about 10 feet deep and maybe 15 feet in diameter, completely collapsed. Probably used to connect with it. We'll go on down, we'll finish this up at what will end up being called adit 5, I guess it'll be.